What have you learned in each college course? It's something most of your professors have asked you indirectly in the form of a paper, group project, or speech. You usually have to show what you know based on the subjects provided by the professor. Well, as bees, our hive mind has decided to show you 9 things that you can expect to take away from the International Business Portfolio course. Learning about Earth's largest and most populated continent. The people have a lot of knowledge on technology and often advance before anyone. The manufacturing sector in Asia has traditionally been strongest in East Asia, particularly in China, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, and Taiwan. Asia is home to some 4 billion people and thus has a well-established tradition in agriculture. The country has emerged as one of the world's largest exporters of software and other information technology-related services. Cultural sensitivity skills help you avoid workplace disagreements due to cultural issues. Important skills include communication, the ability to work in teams, and flexibility. Cultural awareness is knowing that there are multiple different cultures based on religion, ethnicity, nationality, and other factors that have different attitudes and outlooks. Cultural sensitivity involves accepting those differences without insisting your own culture is better or that everyone should do it your way. Economic trends in foreign markets have an impact on the stock exchanges in the U.S. One reason is that the U.S. cannot sell as many products as they would normally be able to. If foreign exchanges start to fail, then American investors assume there will be a ripple effect, and there's a chance the rest of the world will be acting like the investors in the video clip. Learning doesn't stop, and things are always changing. Culture, trust, and how others receive information and communication. These are all things to keep in mind as you communicate globally. Education can be useless without experience, like the story of the guest speaker that came in and shared her difficulties actually learning how to operate in other countries when she'd already had 2 PhDs. A university cannot prepare us for everything, but is a good start. Speak to people from foreign countries when you get the chance. I've had the pleasure of speaking to a Kenyan with little knowledge of how the state of Iowa actually is. When he arrived here, we had a family dinner out on the back patio that overlooks a forest. And we spoke of how things are in his village and back home in Kenya, and I gained a better appreciation of how good life actually is here in the U.S. He also asked us a question that I'll never forget. Thinking that he was still home in Kenya, he asked if there would be any monkeys coming out of the trees anytime soon. So that goes to show that there are different worlds within our world, and if you're able to catch a glimpse when you speak to others, then go ahead and take the opportunity. Research is crucial to understanding. It lets you show what's going on around the world and therefore lets you know about different cultures. Something in one country can impact something completely different in another country. It is important to have an understanding of what is happening in the world, as it may have an impact on decisions we may have to make in the future. It is also important to develop a global network. Not only does developing a global network aid in understanding of different cultures, but it also promotes opportunities for learning from these cultures. For example, businesses in the U.S. can use the knowledge obtained from their global network to implement necessary changes to organizational structure and culture to promote growth. What happens elsewhere in the world, be it the successes of recovery in Europe or continued smooth functioning of supply chains in Asia, matters increasingly for the United States. The converse is also true. What happens here matters increasingly for the global economy. The United States plays a unique role in the global economy. In the instance of global trade, of which the U.S. accounts for 11%, the U.S. also represents 20% of the global manufacturing value added. One action taken here will ripple throughout the entire world and vice versa. A new idea gaining momentum among global business leaders is looking at constraints as opportunities and capitalizing on them. You need to be able to think global, think cultural, and be a global and cultural thinker at the same time. Since corporations and businesses are the largest they've ever been, globally expanding businesses require a wide range of expertise and knowledge that operates under a variety of managers coming from different cultures. Managers need to cope with cultural differences in a positive way. For example, showing respect towards different cultures, willingness to learn and adapt to new cultures. They need to acknowledge the significance of cultural diversity, show readiness to embrace initiatives and opinions regardless of which cultures they come from, and they need the flexibility to go out and move around cultural environments.